So are you also still generating articles manually? Then this video is definitely for you. So hello all, welcome back to Pabbly Connect, and in this video we are going to understand how to write business tips articles using an AI agent. So over here, like you, I also used to write the articles manually related to business tips. But this is such a time consuming and a tedious task. So to save me some time, I've simply created this amazing automation where what is going to happen is that as soon as I add the article details into my Google Sheets, automatically my AI agent is going to generate me the articles. And further, I'm just going to post that article on my WordPress account. So to do this, we are simply going to create a connection between Google Sheets, my AI agent, which is OpenAI, and then WordPress. And to create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So if you also want to create this amazing automation for your own business, then for that you have to come with me towards my screen.
Welcome to my screen. So in this video, I'll show you how to use an AI agent to effortlessly create valuable business tips articles. So whether you need daily inspiration or anything else, this automation ensures that you always have a high quality content ready to share with your audience. So let's dive into making content creation faster and smarter. And let's get started with a really simple example. Let's say that I'm simply going to add my article title, the target audience, and then the keywords. And once I'm just going to add all of these three details, now what is going to happen is that my AI agent is going to generate the article with the help of these details and post it on our WordPress account. So I'm simply going to open my WordPress account and I'm just going to look for the article posted right now with these same details. So I'm just going to look for the article posted right over here, and I'm just going to go towards this all post to check for the article posted. And over here you can see the article has been posted, which is how to improve employee productivity. So as you can see, this is exactly the same. So I'm just going to open this, and yes, over here you can see the article has been posted, that too without any manual efforts. Within seconds, in real time, the article has been posted right over here on my WordPress account. So yes, this is no magic. This is the power of automation which we are going to create in today's video. You can see that simply I added the details right over here and automatically article got posted within seconds. So if you also want to create this amazing automation for your own business, then for that you have to watch this tutorial till the end. So to do this, we simply have to open the landing page of Pabbly Connect. And in order to open the landing page of Pabbly Connect, we are going to open a new tab and search for pabbly.com/connect. So I'm simply going to search for pabbly.com/connect right over here in my browser. And now we're going to open the landing page of Pabbly Connect. And after opening the landing page of Pabbly Connect, we are going to get two options over here. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can click on this sign up for free and you're going to get 100 of stars free every month to explore the application. But over here, I am an existing user, so I'm simply going to click on this button which says sign in. And as soon as we are going to click on this sign in, it is opening all Pabbly apps. And over here, you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video, we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm simply going to click on this access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connect account. And as soon as we're going to click on this access now, it is opening my dashboard. And to start with this automation, we are simply going to click on this button which says create workflow. Now it's asking me for the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So over here on my dashboard, you can see multiple folders which I have already created in which I save my workflows. So if you also want to create new folder, you can go towards this create new folder button, enter the folder name, select the parent folder and create your own. And if you want to learn more about how to create the parent folder, you can go towards this learn more hyperlink and check it out. I have already created multiple folders, so I'm just going to select one of these which is automations. And now it is asking me for the workflow name. So I want the workflow name to be this. how to write business tips articles using an AI agent. And then we are simply going to click on this button which says create. And yes, with this we have successfully created this workflow, and with this we have successfully opened the most important window of our automation. So this is the most important window of our automation because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger and actions are the two main principles on which our workflow is going to run. All right, trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the actions are response towards the commands given by a trigger, and that's the particular reason that we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of our trigger in a particular workflow. Alright, so now to get started, we are simply going to select our trigger application. So for my trigger application, I'm simply going to select it as Google Sheets. So I'm simply going to search for Google Sheets, and as you can see the same, so we are simply going to select it. And now for the trigger event, I have to select it as new or updated spreadsheet row. And after selecting the trigger event, it is asking me for the webbook URL. So we are simply going to copy this webbook URL, and then we have to follow this help text. Alright, so it is saying log into your single Google Sheets account, create a new spreadsheet, or navigate to the extensions and move on add-ons option, and then click on get add-ons. Alright, so we're going to do the same. I'm just going to open the same spreadsheet for which I want to create this automation. And after opening this spreadsheet, what we have to do is we simply have to go towards this extensions, add-ons, and then towards this get add-ons. And after coming over here towards this get add-ons, what we have to do is we have to add an extension in this spreadsheet, which is Pabbly Connect Webhooks. So I'm simply going to search for Pabbly Connect Webhooks right over here and select this extension. Alright, so now we have to add this extension. Alright, so as you can see that we have to go towards this, and you can install this extension right from here. I have already installed this extension, so it is giving me the option of uninstall. But if you haven't installed this extension, you're going to get the option of install right over here. Alright, so as soon as you're going to install this extension, you are simply going to refresh this spreadsheet. It is a really important step that after installing the extension, you refresh the spreadsheet. Otherwise, what is going to happen is over here in the extension tab, you're not going to get the option of Pabbly Connect Webhooks. Alright, so as you can see that I've successfully got this Pabbly Connect Webhooks option, and now we have to go towards this initial setup. And after coming over here towards this initial setup, it is going to ask me to select the sheet, enter the webbook URL, and enter the trigger column. Alright, so I'm simply going to paste the URL which we copied from our workflow. And now for the trigger column, I'm simply going to enter it as C right over here. So the trigger column will be your final data column on which if the data is added, the whole of that row will be sent towards your webbook URL. Alright, so over here for me the trigger column is C. You have to enter your trigger column according to your spreadsheet. I want that as soon as I add the article, over here the keywords and the rest of the details, then these three details should only be sent towards my webbook URL. If you want to limit these to two details, you can enter B, and if you want more details like 4 or 5, you can go towards this D or E as your trigger column. Alright, so I'm just going to keep it as C because I want the details to be sent towards my webbook URL till this C column. And I'm simply going to click on this submit button right over here, and now it is saying setup configured successfully. So with this we have successfully created a connection between our Google Sheets and our Pabbly Connect's workflow. But now it is saying waiting for a webbook response, and in the notes it is saying do a test submission / record. So in order to capture this webbook response, we have to do a test submission or record. So what we have to do is I'm simply going to open the spreadsheet, and over here we have to go towards this extensions, Pabbly Connect Webhooks, and over here we have to switch on this button which is send on event. It is a really important step to switch on this button because what is going to happen is that as soon as you're going to switch on this button, automatically whenever a new event is going to occur in your spreadsheet, the details would be sent towards your webbook URL. Alright, so I've simply switched on this button right over here, and now I'm just going to do the test submission. For that, I'm just going to enter the article title, the target audience, and now I'm simply going to enter the keywords too. And after entering all of these details, now what has happened is I've successfully did the test submission, and these details have been sent towards my webbook URL. So I'm just going to open my workflow, and yes, over here you can see that Pabbly has captured the response for the same. You can see the article title, the keywords, and the target audience right over here. So yes, with this we have successfully completed this trigger step, and now what is going to happen is that as soon as I add the article title, target audience, and keywords right over here, automatically this workflow is going to get triggered. that too without any manual efforts. Alright, so now we're going to move on further. I want to write business tips articles using AI agent. So for that, I'm just going to select my action application. For my action application, I'm simply going to select it as my AI agent, which is OpenAI. So I'm simply going to search for OpenAI right over here and select it right over here. And now it is asking me for the action event. So I'm simply going to select the action event as ChatGPT structured AI output. So over here, I'll just let you know why I selected structured AI output further in this video. For that, you have to stick to this video till the end. And now we are simply going to click on this connect, and now it is asking me to add a new connection or select an existing connection. So if you have already connected your OpenAI account with your Pabbly Connect's workflow, you can simply click on this select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection, and now it is asking me for the token. And to get this token, we are simply going to follow the help text, and it is saying kindly visit your OpenAI API key page to get the API key that you need to enter here. Alright, so I'm simply going to go towards this OpenAI API key page to get the API key that I need to enter here. And after coming over here towards this OpenAI API key page, we have to create a new secret key. For that, I'm simply going to go towards this create new secret key, and now over here I'm just going to enter my key name. So my key name will be articles right over here. So I'm just going to enter my key name right over here, which is articles. And after entering my key name, we are going to move on forward. I'm just going to select the project right over here and then click on this create secret key button. And now I've successfully created a secret key right over here also, you can see. So what we're going to do is I'm simply going to copy this secret key right from here, and then we are going to paste this same secret key right over here in our workflow like this. And after pasting this secret key right over here, we simply have to click on this button which says save. And with this, we have successfully connected our OpenAI account with our Pabbly Connect's workflow. And now we're going to move on forward. It is asking me to select the AI model. So over here for the AI model, I'm simply going to select it as GPT-4o Mini. You can select any another of your choice. Now it is asking me to select the role. So it is asking me for the role in which I want the AI agent to respond. If I want the response as a user, I can select user. If I want to get the response as system, I can select this system. If I want to give the prompt to make it as an assistant and get the response as same, I'm just going to select it as assistant right over here. Alright, so I have to select the role with the help of which you're going to give the prompt, and also you're going to get the response accordingly. Over here, if I select it as user, it is asking me for the content user. But if I select it as system, it is going to ask me for the content system. Alright, and if you want to give layered prompt, what you are going to do is you can simply switch on this mapping button and enter the roles as comma separated list. Like I'm just going to enter user. Then if I want, I can enter system 2 right over here. And now it is going to ask me for the content user and system both. So we can give layered prompt 2 right over here. I'm just going to keep it as single only today, which is user. So I'm just going to simply switch off this mapping button and select it as user only. And after selecting my role as user, we're going to move on further. I'm just going to enter this content user, which is the prompt I'm just going to give to my AI agent. So as you can see that I've simply entered my prompt right over here, which is generate a business tips article with title based on the following details provided. Business tips scheduler. The article should be informative, actionable, and suitable for the specific target audience. The tone should be professional yet accessible, providing valuable insights that can be directly applied by the reader. Make sure that the content is SEO optimized using the provided keywords. So as you can see that I've simply entered my prompt, and now I'm just going to enter my sheet details right over here with the help of which we are going to generate the article. Alright, so over here I'm not going to enter the details manually by typing it like this, but instead we're going to map it. So you must be wondering what is mapping. So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step where we selected Google Sheets as our trigger application. So we are simply going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only, and as soon as we're going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic and change with every new response received. Alright, so I'm simply going to map the title right over here. Then we're going to move forward. I'm just going to map the target audience. Then we're going to move forward, and I'm just going to map this keyword. So what we have to do is we are simply going to search for it in the previous response and map it. And now after completing this prompt, we're going to move on further. I've entered the prompt according to my specific needs. You have to enter it according to your business's specific needs. And now it is asking me for the response format. Over here, to enter this response format, we have to enter a JSON schema. But before entering this, I'm just going to let you know why I selected structured AI output. So over here, I selected the action event as ChatGPT structured AI output because what I want is, I want to generate two things. First is the article title and then the article content, so that we can create a new WordPress post using the same details and we can map it. So to get both of them in different fields and in separate fields so that we can map it further, we are going to use this response format, and that is the particular reason why I selected structured AI output as my action event, because I want the response in two separate fields. All right, so over here what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to copy this example from below and paste it right over here. You don't have to worry about it, it is really easy. You simply have to paste it right over here, and then you have to erase this your JSON schema, and over here we're going to enter our JSON schema. So no worries, we are not going to use any programming or coding language to generate this JSON schema. What we're going to do is I'm simply going to open a URL first right over here, and to open that URL, what you have to do is you have to go towards this new tab, copy the URL in the description box below and paste it right over here, and simply you're going to open this platform.openai.com/docs/guides/structured outputs right over here. All right, and after opening this, we simply have to click on this generate, and now it is saying describe how do you want the model to respond, and we'll generate a JSON schema. So we don't have to use any programming or coding language. Automatically my AI agent is only going to generate me the JSON schema. I only have to enter the prompt. All right, so to enter the prompt, there's a specific format. What you have to do is you first have to enter what you want to get. So first I want to get the article title, so I'm just going to enter article title right over here, because first I want to get the article title. What is the format of this article title? It is type of text, so I'm just going to enter type of text, and after entering this type of text, I'm just going to give a little description, which is give me the article title. All right, so I'm simply going to enter the description, which is give me the article title. And now what is the next thing which I want to extract is article content. So I'm just going to add a new line right over here and then enter article content. This is the next thing which I want to get. And now this is also a type of text, so I'm just going to keep it as type of long text. Now we're going to move forward, give the description, give me the article content. So I'm just going to enter the same right over here, which says give me the article content. And after entering this prompt, we are simply going to click on this button which says create. And as soon as we're going to click on this create, yes, you can see over here the JSON schema has been generated without any programming or coding language. So I'm simply going to copy this JSON schema, and then I'm just going to open my workflow, and then we're going to paste this JSON schema right over here. And after pasting this JSON schema, we're going to move on further. And now it is asking me for many another details. So all of these details are not the required details. If you want a response which is more specific, then you can definitely fill out these details, but these are not the required details. You can leave it as blank too, like I'm just going to leave and click on this blue button which says save and send test request. And as soon as we're going to click on this blue button which said save and send test request, automatically my AI agent is going to generate me the title and the article content too. Alright, so we just have to wait for a few seconds till my AI agent is going to give me the title and the content. And yes, over here you can see that my AI agent has given me the response, and over here you can see the title which it has generated, and also you can see the content which my AI agent has generated. So yes, you can see that successfully I have generated this content and this title too. And now what we're going to do is we're going to create a WordPress post with the help of same details. For that, I'm just going to simply add another action step, and now for the action application, I'm simply going to select it as WordPress right over here. And as you can see the same, so I'm just going to select it. And now for the action event, I'm simply going to select it as create a post and click on this connect. And now it is asking me to add a new connection or select an existing connection. So if you have already connected your WordPress account with your Pabbly Connect's workflow, you can simply click on this select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection, and now it is asking me for the WordPress username, email, password and the base URL. So I'm simply going to enter my account credentials right over here. So as you can see that over here, I'm just going to enter my account credentials. Now we're going to move on further. I'm just going to enter this base URL. So over here for the base URL, we are simply going to read the help text, and it is saying please provide your completely publicly accessible WordPress URL including the HTTP or HTTPS// We just have to exclude this VP admin or VP login.php. Alright, so I'm just going to open my WordPress account, and over here I'm simply going to copy this URL which we have, and we're going to paste it right over here. So what we have to do is that after this we simply have to remove everything because this is my base URL. It should not include VP admin or VP-login.php. Alright, so over here you can see that I've simply removed all the rest of the details and only entered the base URL. And after entering this, I'm simply going to click on this button save. Over here, if you want more details, you can go towards this here button and you're going to get more details. I'm simply going to click on this save after entering all of these three details. And as soon as we're going to click on this save over here, what is going to happen is with this, we are going to successfully connect our WordPress account with our Pabbly Connect's workflow. And now it is asking me for the post types. Over here, I'm just going to select it as post only. It is asking me for the post title, so I'm simply going to enter the title, which is going to be this. Over here, my AI agent generated me the title, so I'm just going to map it. Next, I'm just going to map the post content to which my AI agent generated. Now we're going to move forward. It is asking me for many other details, so I'm simply going to enter the details which are required, like the status. So over here, if you wish, you can definitely draft it. Future, if you want to schedule this, and if you want to publish it, you can go towards this publish. And if you want to keep it as pending or private, you can select the same too. I'm just going to keep it as publish only. Now we're going to move forward for the category ID. If you wish, you can select one right from here, not a required field. I'm only going to fill in the required details. So over here, it is asking me to select the media file which I want to add in my post. But over here, I am not going to add any media file. So for that, I'm simply going to switch on this mapping button and erase this media ID right over here because I don't wish to add any media in my post. All right. If you wish, you can definitely add media ID right over here, but I don't want to add it, so I'm simply going to switch on this mapping button and we're going to erase this media ID right from here. And now with this, we have successfully left this field as blank too. And after leaving this field as blank too, we're going to move on further. Once again, it is asking me for many other details, so all of these details are not the required details and set it as default only. I'm just going to move forward. I'm just going to click on this save and send test request, and as soon as we're going to click on this save and send test request, yes, you can see that we have received a positive response that with this we have successfully published this post on our WordPress account. So I'm simply going to open my WordPress and check for the new post published. For that, I'm just going to go towards the dashboard of my WordPress account right from here. And after coming over here towards the dashboard of my WordPress account, I'm just going to go towards this all posts from the left side of the bar. And after coming over here, you can see a new post has been posted. So I'm just going to go towards this view, and over here you can see that with the help of the same details, a new post has been posted on my WordPress account. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow. And now what is going to happen is that whenever I add the details into my spreadsheet, automatically with the help of the same details, my AI agent is going to generate me the articles, which is I'm just going to generate the article title and the content, and further we are going to post it on our WordPress account. All of this is going to happen in backend. We don't have to come back and again to our workflow to click on save and send test request. So yes, with this we have successfully completed this workflow and this video too. Now go and try this amazing automation for your own business, and if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. And for your reference, I'll just clone this workflow and share the workflow link in the description box so that you can access my workflow. I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you for watching, everyone.
So not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly Connect, you can integrate many more applications. So if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this website. And if you find our videos helpful, do like and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.